Yeah, good morning to all. I hope you must have got the homework for yesterday in Learnity also. So basically what homework I gave yesterday for those 30 at JEE advanced question, you have to solve them and you have to upload those questions on Learnity as a work, homework. Okay, fine. And yesterday we have started finding different solutions using the Cauchy's principle. है ना? So we'll just revise that once again. We'll just see for what values of D, for what conditions we were having different kinds of solution, inconsistent or consistent solution. So Kramer's rule. So we have Kramer's rule. Wait, I will write here. So both I will write. So Kramer's rule and I gave you yesterday homework na in the class only that you have to do first 30 questions 30 questions in your Seeker's book, previous year question. Okay, so this you have to complete and you have to submit it in Seekers. Okay, Learnity. Fine. Okay, so Kramer's rule. Okay, so we know the Kramer's rule is dependent completely on, so Kramer's rule is a determinants method. We will use the properties of determinant to find the solution of an equation. So Kramer's rule states, so Kramer's rule is completely dependent on D. We know how to find D. So this D, when it is not equal to 0, when D is not equal to 0, we will have a unique solution. Unique solution. Okay, also just wait. Also known as consistent. Okay, so we'll have unique solution, also known as consistent solution. Consistent. Okay, then we have if D is equal to 0, if D is equal to 0, then you have to check, if D is equals to 0, then you have to check the value of D1. If D is equals to 0, you have to check the value of, it is necessary to check the value of D1, D2 and D3. Okay, if any of D1 or D2 or D3 is not equal to 0, then you will have no solution. Okay, if any of the D1 or D2 or D3 is not equal to 0, then you will have no solution, also known as inconsistent solution or inconsistent equation or inconsistent solution. Okay, next you have if then you have if D1 is equals to D2 is equals to D3, all are equal to 0, then you have to check whether, then there are two conditions. You can get either no solution, okay, or you can get infinite solution, or you can get infinite number of solution. Okay, this is also known as consistent solution. Consistent solution, and I've already explained how you will find in this case. You will write x and y in terms of z, and then you will write in the third equation if it satisfies. If it satisfies, then you will have, if it satisfies, then you will have, just wait, when it satisfies, then you will have infinite solution. If it does not satisfy, you will have no solution. Okay, this was Kramer's rule. Then we have a different form of equation, which are homogeneous equation. So I'll write here also. So we have homogeneous equation, homogeneous equations. Okay, we in homogeneous equation we have two kinds. First is if D is equals to, if D is not equal to 0. If D is not equal to 0, then we will have trivial solution. Okay, if D is not equal to 0, we will have trivial solution. If D is equals to 0, we will have non-trivial solution, non-trivial solution or infinite solution. Or infinite solution. Okay, just write it once, just copy this once, then we'll start solving questions based on this. And trivial solution means x is equal to 0, y is equals to 0 and z is equals to 0. That means if we are talking about in 3D geometry, then we are talking about that they are intersecting at the origin. So if you upload the question in Learnity, then only we can submit, but the question are in module. So after solving, how can uh okay fine. So what I will do, I will just take a small class from Ramesh sir regarding how to upload the your uh, this module, this whatever you have solved. So then tomorrow I will explain it to you online. Okay, I will just give a live demo that how to upload the any module which we have solved. Okay, just copy this one, then we'll start solving questions based on this. So I hope everybody understood this. I hope everybody understood this. We have done yesterday only, but we are not able to do questions. So today we'll start doing questions based on this concept. Okay, there is one more form of solution is left, which is using matrices form, Gauss Hamilton form. Okay, Gauss Jordan. We have left with that we will do afterwards. Hai na? So this is the determinant method. Okay, so write down the question. Okay. Okay. So, Bache, I gave you homework, na? I gave you homework yesterday that you already have your matrices workbook. So I gave you homework yesterday in the class that you have to solve first 30 questions in your previous year questions in your matrices and determinant workbook. Na? So that you have to start solving. We will upload that today in your Learnity also. And there, whatever the solution you will have, you have to upload that in Learnity. Na? In that homework only. Fine. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, just tell me, did we solve this question yesterday for what values of P and Q? So 2x plus py plus 6z is equals to 8x plus, okay, fine. Then solve this one. X plus 2y plus qz is equals to 5, x plus y plus 3z is equals to 4. Have we solved this question? No, I don't know why I'm having this deja vu that we have solved this. Okay, fine. So this should have unique solution. Second is no solution, and third is infinite solution. Okay. Yeah, sir, we have solved steps in module. Array, why you are solving questions in module itself? Module is a very small thing. It does not have enough space, na. So if you have solved, just copy it or just take a pic of that and just upload it. I will upload the homework today in Learnity, है ना? And then you have to upload the homework whatever you have solved in the same. So it will register your name. So from there I can get that okay, this person has uploaded. That will help us in assessing you with internal marks. So that we have already discussed yesterday. Okay. So this is for what value, for what values of P and Q for what values of P and Q the system has. The system of equation has. Okay, so these are three options. Unique solution, so you have to tell me the values of P and Q for unique solution, for no solution, and for infinite solution. What should be the value of P and Q? Okay, solve this question. Take your time, solve this question. No, you don't have to submit directly. The actually yesterday I've given the homework in Seekers this thing Learnity also, but I think it was not uploaded because of some server issue or something. I checked it today. So when homework will be uploaded, you upload the solution directly. You submit the solution directly, and to that homework, to that part only. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, but no, no, no. Don't solve this using matrix. You solve this using determinant. From determinant, you will get the value of this P and Q. For what values of P and Q, you will have unique solution. So first solve for unique solution. So in this case, the only condition on D should be that D should not be equal to 0, right? For unique solution, D should not be equal to 0. For unique solution, D should not be equal to 0. So I will just write the value of D, because the value of D will be in terms of P and Q. Okay. So value of D will be in terms of P and Q. So this is 2P6. This is X. This is 2Q and 113. 113. Okay. So if I'll solve this, this will become 2 into 6 minus Q. Then we'll have minus P. We have minus P into, sorry, this is 1. This is 1. Minus P into 3 minus Q. 3 minus Q. Then we have 6 into 1 minus 2. So F plus 6 into 1 minus 2. So you'll have, so 12 minus 2Q minus 3P plus PQ. This is minus 6. So 6, this is 6 minus 2Q minus 3P plus PQ. So I can factorize this. So this will become, if I'll take 2 common, so 3 minus Q minus P. Yeah. So this is 3 minus Q. So you'll have 2 minus P into 3 minus Q, right? So basically, for these two values, yeah, very good, Prasanna. For these two values, this determinant will become 0. So that means, what should be my answer? So that means this D, for D is equals to 0, P should not be equals to 2, and Q should not be equals to 3. If these two are not equals to 2 and not equals to 3, that means for all other values, this D will not be equal to 0, and we will get a unique solution. So this is the answer for first. For unique solution, P should not be equal to 0 and Q should not be equals to 3. Okay, just copy this and then solve for next one. No solution. For no solution. So for this was for unique solution, D should not be equal to 0. Now for no solution, acha, see bache, so Bhiksha, see, this is the value of D. This is D, determinant D. And when we'll solve this determinant D, we will get this thing. We will get this thing, right? So we are getting this, we will factorize this, so we will get D value as D. So this is the value of D. Now we know D should not be equal to 0, right? We know D will be equal to 0 only for only for the value of P when P is equals to 2. When P is equals to 2 and Q is equals to 3, we will get D is equals to 0. So what I will say that, okay, if I will take P not equals to 2 and Q not equals to 3, in that case, D will never be equal to 0. So that means that will be the case for me to have a unique solution. So for me to have a unique solution, P should not be equals to 2 and Q should not be equals to 3. That's it. Understood? Okay, very good. So now next is no solution. Next is no solution. For no solution, we know that D should be equals to 0, right? D should be equals to 0 and D1, D2, D3 also simultaneously should be equals to 0. So now we will find the values of D1, D2s and D3. So I will write D1, D2, D3 separately. So D1 will be 854. D1 is in this. So this is, sorry, this is P21 6Q3. This is D1. I will write D2 also. So D2 is 211 6Q3 and D3 will be 211 P21. So I'll just simply change the color. Right. So in D1, I will substitute the constant. So this is 854. Here I will write 854. And here I will write 854. Okay. So these are the values of D1, D2s and D3. Okay. So I will copy these. Fine. So these are the values of D1, D2 and D3. So let's see. So for me, these all three should be equal to 0. So I'll find these values separately. So if I'll solve this one, D1, so D1 will be 8 into 6 minus Q minus P into 15 minus 4Q, and you will have plus 6 into 5 minus 8. Okay, so this is 48 minus 8Q minus 15P plus 4PQ plus minus 360 is a minus 18. So this become 30 minus 8Q minus 15P plus 4PQ. Okay, from here also I can take P common, and from here I can take 2 common. So this will become 2. 15 minus 4Q, this is minus 15P minus 4Q, and here I will have, sorry, here I will take P, sorry, here I'll take P common. So this is 2 minus P into 15 minus 4Q, right? This should be equal to 0. Second, no. First, sorry, for no solution, sorry. Yes, just wait. For no solution, any one of these D1, D2, D3 should not be equals to 0, right? So we will find for which values they are equal to 0, and then we will choose accordingly, right? Because they will be dependent on P and Q, right? So see, this is 2 minus Q, 15 minus 4Q. So when I will solve D2 also, for D2, so this, let's see what is the value of D2. So this is 2 into 15 minus 4Q, and then I will have minus 8 into 3 minus Q, then I will have plus 6 into 4 minus 5. So this is 30 minus 8Q minus 24 plus 8Q. This is plus, sorry, this is minus 6. So this and this gets cancelled. So D2 value is 0. D2 value is directly 0, right? So now let's see for D3. So D2 value is directly 0. This is the value of D2. This is the value of D2. So we are getting D2 as this. We are getting this one I will just write this as D1. So this we are getting as D1. This we are getting as D1. Okay, and we'll see what D3 also we are getting. So D3 I will check also. So D3 is 2 into 8 minus 5 minus P into 4 minus 5 plus 8 into 1 minus 2. So this is 3, 6 minus 4 minus plus P, and this is minus 8. So this is P, sorry, this is P minus 2. Okay, P minus 2. This is also, this is D3, this is D1. Okay, so we have got D1 as P minus 2. We have got D1 as 2 minus P into 15 minus 4Q. We have got D2 is equals to 0, and we have got D3 is equals to 0. See, now what was second option was no solution. For no solution, any one of them, for no solution, any one of them should not be equals to 0. Any one of them should not be equals to 0. So for no solution, any one, that means D1, D2 and D3 should not be equal to 0 for no solution, right? Now, but already we have got D is equals to 0. So either P is equals to 2 or Q is equals to 3. Either P is equals to 2 or Q is equals to 3. So from previously we got P is equals to 2 and Q is equals to 3, right? For D is equals to 0. Now see, D2 is already 0. D2 is already 0. If I will substitute P is equals to 2, then D1 will also become 0 and D3 will also become 0, right? D1 is also become 0 and D3 will also become 0. So that means for P is equals to 2, D is equals to 0 is equals to D1 is equals to D2 is equals to D3, right? But we need at least one of them should not be 0. So that means we cannot take P is equals to 2. That means we cannot take P is equals to 2, right? Let's take Q is equals to 3. If I will take Q is equals to 3, then D is equals to 0, that is correct. D2 is equals to 0, that is also fine. But D3 won't be equal to 0. So I will take Q is equals to 3 and P not equals to 2. If I will take Q is equals to 3, D will become 0, but D3 and D1 will not be equal to 0, right? So for Q is equals to 3, D3 is not equal to 0, D1 will not be equal to 0 because D2 is already given 0, so we cannot do anything. So Q is equals to 3, P is equals to 2. So we will get this thing. Understood? Fine. So this is for second one. So that means for second one, what we are getting is, for no solution, we are getting P should not be equals to 2 and Q should be equals to 3. Fine. For infinite solution, what should we have? All of them can be 0. So we can have P is equals to 2. P is equals to 2. For infinite solution, we can have P is equals to 2. Understood? Just check this. Okay. I hope everybody understood the solution. Just check it once again. I hope everybody understood why I have taken this thing, P not equals to 2 and Q is equals to 3. हाँ बच्चा, you can have Q is equals to 15 by 4, but if you will have Q is equals to 15 by 4, na, then D will not be equal to 0. For D to be 0, either P should be 2, which we cannot take, which we have seen all will become 0. But Q should be 3. If Q is not 3, then D won't become 0. So that is why we cannot take this as 0. If you will take this as 0, then D1 will become 0. That is fine. But D will not be equal to 0. Okay, Akshay, did you understood? Third case is what should we have? Infinite solution. For infinite solution, D1, D2, D3 and D should be equal to 0, right? D1, D2, D3 and D should be equal to 0. So for infinite solution, all should be 0. For infinite solution, all should be 0, right? So all should be 0. That means D1, D2, D3 should be 0. We know for P is equals to 2, P is equals to 2, this will become 0 because this is there. This is already 0. D2 is already 0 and D3 will also become 0. So for P is equals to 2, D1, D2, D3 all are 0. So that means we will take P is equals to 2. That will give us infinite solution. Understood? I hope everybody understood. Yes, very good. Okay, so let's take next question. Yeah, but in this case you will get infinite solution. It can give you no solution also, but in this case when you'll solve it, it will give you infinite solution. It will solve, hai na? Because I have checked, so it will solve. Okay, fine. Okay, so the next question is, write down the system of linear equation okay, so they have given x plus y plus z is equals to 2, 2x plus 3y plus 2z is equals to 5, and 2x plus 3y plus a square minus 1 z is equals to a plus 1. Okay, so the options are A, inconsistent for a is equals to 4, B, unique solution for a is equals to root 3, and C is infinitely many solution for a is equals to root 3, and D is inconsistent for determinant for modulus of a is equals to root 3. This was asked in JEE Mains 2019. This was asked in JEE Mains 2019, 1 year ago. Okay, just solve this. Very simple question. D, yes, very good. D is correct. Okay, so basically you have to check inconsistent, unique, infinitely many, or so this whole thing depends on D. This whole thing depends on D. So I will just check what is the value of D. So D is 1, 1, 1. This is 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 2. This is 2x, 2, 3, and a square minus 1. A square minus 1. So when I'll solve this thing, so this, I can open from, so I can subtract, it's okay, but I can open also because there is only 1. So this I will directly open. So 1 into 3a square minus 1 minus 6 minus 1 into, so minus 1 into, this is 2 a square minus 1, 2 into a square minus 1 minus 4, and then plus 1 into 6 minus 6. So this will become 0. So this is 3a square minus 3 minus 6 minus 2a square. This is plus 1 is equal to, sorry, plus 1 plus 4 equal to 0. Sorry, this is plus 4. So this is 3a square minus 2a square. This will become a square. 4, 5, 5. So this will become minus 9, 5. So this will become plus 4. Just check. This is 3a square, 3a square minus 3. Then you have minus 6 minus 1 into 2 a square minus, sorry, this is 2. So 4, 5, 6, this is 6. So this will be, yeah, a square minus 3 is equal to 0. So that means a is equals to plus minus 3 root 3. So that means a is equals to, modulus of a is equals to, so modulus of a is equals to 3, root 3 if d is equals to 0, right? So now see, inconsistent if a is equals to 4. But for a is equals to 4, this will never be equal to 0. For a is equals to 4, this will never be equal to 0. Infinitely many solution for a is equals to root 3. A is equals to root 3. Inconsistent for a is equals to root 3 can be possible, right? But see, what is happening is that a is equals, for a is equals to root 3, unique solution to aega nahi because the d is equals to 0. So for a is equals to 0, a is equals to root 3, we will have d is equals to 0. Now you can have infinitely many solution or inconsistent. So for inconsistent, you can check d. Because any one of them, if you'll substitute this a is equals to root 3, this will not be equal to 0. For any one of them, this will not be equal to 0. So that means you will get, understood? Fine. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. Yeah, you can check through that also, that two lines are parallel also. You can check through that also, two lines are parallel, but determinants also method. Okay, fine. Okay, so now we have done for so similar questions will be asked if they are asking for to solve for system of linear equations. They will give, generally they will give homogeneous equation, non-trivial solution. So you remember, homogeneous equation, non-trivial solution means d is not equal to 0. Okay, and if it is a non-trivial solution means d is equal to 0. And so generally they will give homogeneous equations. So sometimes they will give this one also. So this was asked in mains 2019. Simple question. You just find the value of d and just find d is not equal to 0 for consistent solution or unique solution. If not, then okay. Now next is, sir, if we may get the answer if we just equate a, yeah, you can get the answer if we just equate for this one. If you'll equate this equals to this and these two are not equal, because then they will become parallel lines with non coincidental parallel planes. They will not become parallel lines, but they will become parallel planes, right? If these two are equal, right? But they are also asking for unique solution. So what can be the value for unique solution, right? Understood? For this one, I think you will get a is equals to root 3. So unique solution you will get cancelled out. Inconsistent, this will get cancelled out. Yeah, you can use that also. You can just compare these two. You can get that also. Fine. Okay. Now the next method of finding the solution for the system of equation was the matrix method. So just write this one also. Sometime, see, it is important for you to know with in perspective of your board exam. So sometime they will ask that use matrix method to solve the system of linear equations, है ना, to solve the system of linear equation using matrix method. Or in some time they will twist the question in such a way that they might ask you, they might give you information in such a way that you have to solve the system of linear equation in matrix method only. Okay, so write down this also. So next method of finding the system of linear equation was matrix method. This is matrix method or Gauss-Jordan method. Okay, so this method is also somewhat similar to the previous one, but right now we are using properties of matrix, and somewhat similar to the previous one because both will be using same concepts, but here we will use the properties of matrix, right? So first is same, you will form matrix A in the same way like we have formed matrix D. So you will have, so suppose I'll give first example also. Suppose you have three equations. So suppose you have three equations, x or a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals c1z is equals to d, d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equals to d2, a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equals to d3. Okay. Yes, he's the same guy who Gauss law, same electrostatics. He's the same guy. But these लोग are genius लोग, है ना? These are genius, mad scientists, है ना? They invent something and then they die and then we have to study about all of that. Yes, they invent something, they die, and we have to study about. They never wrote JEE. I think because of that only they are, because they were actually, the thing is that at that time what I think is that at that time there was so much for you to explore. Everything was like a discovery. There was no electricity, so somebody actually discovered, right? Now there are so much restriction because already everything, almost everything in nature has been discovered or formalized. So now we have very less to formalize, है ना? So if you have to actually find or discover something, if you actually have to find or discover something, you requires at least dozens of scientists and millions of dollars of investment for you to actually invest into a lab, right? And by the way, recently a person used a different method to find the solution for quadratic equation. A mathematician found a different method. You can check it online. He found a different method, very easy method to find solution for quadratic equations. Okay, he used average method. Okay, you can check it online. It's a nice method, है Okay, so yeah, so basically suppose you have a different set of linear equations like this, है So suppose you have to use matrix method. So what you have to do is, so in this case, see these three, if you look at them carefully, I can write these three in terms of matrix. I can write these three in terms of matrix. So what I can do is a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. I can write this whole equation in this form. So this will be x1 x, y, and z. Now see, if I will multiply this, so this will become a1x plus b1y plus c1z. Then you will have a2x plus b2y plus c2z, a3x plus b3y plus c3z. This will be equals to d1, d2, and d3, right? I can write this whole thing in terms of matrix representation, है ना? Yes, so I can write this whole thing in terms of matrix, right? So this is this. So what I will do, I will write this as this matrix as matrix A. So I will write this as matrix A. I will write this as matrix A. Same thing. If previously in previous method, in determinant method, we were writing this as D. So just the name changed. Hai na? So now what we will do, so see, so this will be A into X. So this I will write as matrix X. This is I'm writing as X. A into X is equals to, I'm writing as B. So A into X is equals to B, right? So what happens if here I can write X A into A inverse is equals to A inverse into B, right? So this will become identity matrix. So this will become identity matrix into X will become A inverse into B. So this whole thing will become X is equals to A inverse into B. X is also matrix, A inverse is also matrix, and B is also matrix. So now A inverse I will write in terms of determinant of A and adjoint of A, and a simple thing. So this is nothing but adjoint of A, we all know, into B divided by determinant of A, right? Now see, again, if determinant of A is not equal to 0, you will get a proper answer, unique solution, like that. So here we will make two cases. First case will be, so from here only we will make two cases. First case will be determinant of A is not equal to 0. Similar to the previous one, determinant of D matrix, D determinant should not be equal to 0. Here, determinant of A is not equal to 0. If determinant of A is not equal to 0, you will have unique solution. You will have unique solution. Okay. And if you have determinant of A is equal to 0, if determinant of A is equal to 0, again, you will have two cases. You will have two cases. First is that adjoint of A into B, adjoint of A into B, if it is not equal to 0, if this is not equal to 0, same as the previous case, you will have no solution. Okay, so this is your unique solution, this is your no solution, this is okay, yeah. And then if you have adjoint of A into B is equal to 0, if adjoint of A into B is equal to 0, then again same thing, you will have infinite solutions. So this is almost similar to the previous method, but in the previous method we were using D. This method we are using properties of matrices. So we are using adjoint of A. And we are using adjoint of A. Okay, just copy this also. Sometimes they will simply give you that adjoint of A, find the values and this thing. They will twist the question in such a way that you have to use this method. But in your in perspective of your board exam, they will directly ask, use Gauss-Jordan or matrix method to solve the system of linear equations. Okay, just copy this. Fine, just copy this one. Okay, it was 6 months before. Okay, I recently saw it. It came into news or something. So I just maybe through some other. Okay, just copy this one. Right, so basically this method you have to remember only in the perspective of your board, and sometime they will ask. However, the concept is almost same as the previous one. The concept is almost same as the previous one. Okay, Pranav, I will announce it at the end of the class. Once again, I will announce it at the end of the class. Whatever the announcement was, I will announce it at the end of the class. Fine. Sometime because of the internet connection, there are some glitches. Yes, sometime because of internet connection, it fluctuates because of high ping. There are some problems sometimes. Okay. I hope this. So I hope the finding of linear equations is okay for everyone. I hope the finding of linear equations is okay for everyone. Okay. Fine. So let's solve some questions now. Let's solve some questions now. So next is again one question I would like to ask from this same concept. Let's see if I can have. Yes. So let's see. So this was JEE 2015. This was asked in JEE Advanced 2015. So this is 2x1. So this is 2x1 minus 2x2 plus x3 is equals to lambda x1. This is 2x1 minus 3x2 plus 2x3 is equals to lambda x2, and then you have minus x1 plus 2x2 is equals to lambda x3. Okay, this was the question given. Has non-trivial solution, has non-trivial solution, then A. Acha, sorry, not this one. not this one, sorry. Yeah, this, write down. So a number, the number of values of k, the number of values of k for which the linear equation, for which the linear equation 4x plus ky plus 2z is equal to 0, kx plus 4y plus z is equal to 0, and 2x plus 2y plus z is equal to 0 possesses no solution. Sorry, possesses non-zero solution. Possesses non-zero solution, right? Non-zero solution. This question was asked in 2011. A very simple question. The number of values of k for which this expression possesses a non-zero solution. This is 2x plus 2y plus z is equal to 0. You have kx plus 4y plus z is equal to 0. You have 4x plus ky plus 2 is equal to 0. Yeah. So the options were 2, 1, 0, and 3. 2, 1, 0, and 3. Solve this. Non-zero solution. Okay, some of you have sent me in Learnity, some of you have sent me the questions. So I have solved those questions in the Learnity. I hope you must have got, I think it was Srivatsan or one more person. And so yesterday only I saw, so I solved those questions yesterday, right? Any other student, if you have any doubt, you can just send the question, take a pic, you can send the question on Learnity, which is easy for me also to solve, because then I can just directly post a video solution. So I hope you guys must have got those video solutions. But in when you'll open your the interface, right? When you have interface, okay. So, but when you have interface, now on the left side you have doubts. In the left side you have doubts. So suppose you have, when you open your Learnity, this web page, Seeker's web page, right? So on the left side you have your name written, then you have certain options. In one of the options you have my doubts. You just click on that my doubts, and there is an option of attaching. There's an option of attaching your paper. Sorry, pick of the question, actual pick of the question. So you can just take pick of the question, and then you can upload. Just write the question also, and then you can upload. In your Learnity interface, you have on the left side where you have your name written and all. You have one my doubts. You can click on that, and then you can check. I checked it yesterday only. Okay, fine. Okay, answer I have not checked. I think you are getting a 2 values. Okay, so let's see this one. So see, this is a homogeneous, this is a three homogeneous equation where constant terms are 0. This is a homogeneous equation where constant term are 0. So why they are saying non-zero solution? Because non-zero solution, because this non-zero solution means this is a non-trivial solution. Non-zero solution or non-trivial solution. Non-zero or non-trivial solution. For non-trivial solution, we know what should we do. For non-trivial solution, d should be equal to 0, right? D should be equal to 0. So we'll simple thing, we just write down this value of d. So we'll have 4k2, then we have k41, then we have 221. So when I will solve, this should be equal to 0. So if I'll directly open this, so this will become 4 into 4 minus 2. So this is 4 minus 2 minus k into, so minus k into k minus 2, and then you will have 2 into 2k minus 8 equal to 0. From here I can directly see this is a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation means you will have 2 solutions. Yeah, this is a quadratic equation you will have, because I'm having k square, no other k square I'm having, so at least 2 solutions. Okay, fine. So that means yeah, Two solution means, remember, two solution means two different values. So remember this thing, solution, if suppose here you have got k is equals to 1 and 1, that means here k is quadratic but you are having a perfect square, so k is 1 and 1, this means only one solution, only one solution. Okay, that means 1 is the only solution. But if they have asked uh, how many roots, then you have two roots, and both the values of roots are 1 comma 1. Remember this part. If they have asked solution, if you have got suppose 2 comma 2 as the solution, then only 1 would be the answer. But here I think you are getting 2 comma 4, somebody has written 2 comma 4, you know? So that means you will have two solutions. Understood? Fine, just copy this one also. Then yes, I hope everybody understood this part. Okay, now write one question which I have already given you in homework, which I have already given you as homework, but no, only one person asked me out, so I'm just confused that you have solved it or not. Okay, so write down delta is equals to sine 2a sine c sine b, then you have sine c, and you have sine 2b, and then you have sine A, and you have sine B, sine A, and sine C. Okay, and where ABC are angles of triangle. ABC are the angles of triangles. You have to find the value of this determinant. You have to find the value of this determinant. Okay, solve this. This, yes, 0 is the correct answer, because I think I have given you this in homework. If you have not solved, solve it now. Right? This question, I will give you a hint. Try to solve this question using multiplication of two determinants, using the concept multiplication of two determinants, using the concept multiplication of two determinants. I have given you one concept, right? Multiplication of two determinants, how to check. Try to solve this question using that form. Yeah, in exam, if it comes, you can always solve this question using ABC as an equilateral triangle. If this thing comes in exam, you can always solve this thing with ABC as an equilateral triangle, right? But right now we are not giving any exam, so we'll try to solve it using a general method, because we have to see how we can solve using multiplication of determinant. Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, so let me solve this one. This I have already given you as homework, right? So see, what I can do is I can write delta is equals to, this will become sine A cos A plus sine A cos A, right? This I will write as 2 sine A cos A. So this will become sine A cos A plus sine A cos A. Sine C or sine A or sine B, let's see, I can write as, so sine A will become sine of pi minus B plus C, right? Sine of pi minus B plus C. So this will become sine of B plus C, right? So sine of A will become sine of B plus C, and so on, right? So sine of C I can write as sine of B plus A. Sine of C I can write as B plus A. So this will become sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Similarly, this I can write as sine C, sorry, I will write as sine A cos C plus cos A, sin C. Okay, everybody understood this part? Second, this sin C I can write as sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. This thing I can write as sin B cos B plus sin B cos B. This I can write as sin C cos B plus cos C sin B. And the last one I can write as I'm rubbing this part, okay, because this is very trivial. So this is sin C sin A plus sin, sorry, this is sin A cos C plus cos A and this will become sorry, this is, sorry, this was 2C, this is 2C, this is sin C cos C plus sin C cos C. Okay, now see, I've told you to try to write this thing in terms of multiplication of two determinant. Okay, so tell me if this is equals to, something like this, sin A. So we have, see, let's see how we can figure out that this is a two determinant multiplied. Okay, so this thing we can write as matrix. So this can be this, if I know this is matrix A into matrix B, so this can be written as matrix B into matrix A, or determinant of matrix A into determinant of matrix B. So I just have to figure out what is determinant, what is matrix A and what is matrix B. So see, here I have in the first one, so something if it was multiplied, so something if what multiplied this thing first row, so this will be multiplied with first column, so this will get multiplied with this, plus this will get multiplied with this, plus this will get multiplied with this, right? So let's see, next is when we have this one, so this thing will get multiplied with this, so this element will be same, this will get multiplied with this second one, and this will get multiplied with this. So so first these two will be, these three will be same. So see what is same in here, sin A sin A sin A, right? And then you have cos A cos A cos A. This is constant in the first row, this is constant in the first row after multiplication. So that means in first matrix, some it would have been something like this, sin A cos A, right? And in the second, so now let's look at this one. So now we have cos A cos B cos C, cos A sin A sin B sin C, then you have cos A cos B cos C sin A sin B sin C. So what can we see, that in the second matrix we might have something like this, the second matrix we might have something, here we have sin A and here we have, so sin A into cos A, so cos A, then you have sin A into cos A, then you have sin A into cos A, so this will get multiplied with this sin A into cos A plus cos A into sin A, so he'll have sin A here, right? So then you have sin A into cos B, so cos A cos B, then you have sin A cos A into cos sin B, and then you have 0 0 here, 0 0 0, then you have sin A sin B sin C cos B cos C, cos A cos B cos C. This is cos A cos B cos C, sin A sin B sin C, and this is 0 0 0. Just check, sin A into cos A plus cos A into sin A, right? Then here you have sin A into cos B plus cos A into sin B. Then next you have sin A into cos A plus cos A into sin C, and so on. Sin B into cos A, cos B into sin A, sin B into sin B into cos A, right? So you will have something like this. Fine. Okay, just check this if we are getting something like this. Everybody understood, right? Now see, this thing can also be given, suppose they have given the answer in this form, so this thing can also be given in this form, sin A sin B sin C into cos A cos B cos C 0 0 0, this thing multiplied into this thing multiplied into, so if I'll take the transpose, also it will be same. So this is sin A, sin B, sin C, cos A, cos B, cos C 0 0 0. Tell me, from here can I move to this point? From here can I move to this point? See, this is a determinant is 0, so even if I take transpose, even if I, and a determinant will still remain same, even if I exchange two columns or two rows, even then the determinant will remain 0, because 0 will be multiplied with -1 or anything, it will still remain 0. So this thing can also be written as this. So if the answer is given as this form, or if the answer is given as this form, remember this is coming from multiplication. From here you can always check how to find, you can always check intuitively that how to convert this into multiplication of two different determinants. So value of this determinant is 0, value of this determinant is 0, so the total answer is 0. Understood? Fine. Just copy this one also. Okay, I hope this is okay for everyone. Fine. So now I will share this, I will download the PDF and share the PDF with you. But did everybody understood what I did in the last question? Yes or no? Okay, fine. Very good, very good. Fine, good. Okay, so I'll share the PDF with you. Please just check it once again and check the notes once again. This tomorrow we will be able to finish all the theory. Tomorrow we will be able to finish all the theory of matrix and determinant, and from day after tomorrow we will just revise whatever we have done. है ना? Just wait. I'm sharing. No, bacha, that homework I have given you for 2 days. So today, yesterday and today. So that homework is for 2 days. And I will also mention that in how many days you have to submit. I'm sharing here only. In chat box only. In chat box, you will get the PDF. In chat box only, you will get the PDF. Okay, just get it from here. Bacha, next continuity and differentiability. But before continuity and differentiability, we will do first limits. Because limits we have not done in 11th class. So we will do limits, continuity and differentiability together. So next is complete calculus. Okay, I'm sharing it once again. Yeah, bacha, it is basically, see, yeah. So yesterday what I announced, it said because you are in 12th class, there has to be some internal assessment marks. There has to be some internal assessment marks. So what we will do, we will see how many questions you have solved. So we will not simply just tick mark all the, but we will see how many of you have shared the PDF, or how many you have actually sent us the solution, have at least tried. So the marks will be given on the basis of how much you will be sending us. Suppose I have given you 10 questions. So suppose if you'll give me 5 questions, so you will get marks according to that. Sharing will also give you marks. Homework I have given you as in your seekers material, first 30 questions from your previous year asked. Okay, so you can start solving it. I will share the homework in Learnity also, and then you can just upload the solution. Okay. Okay, take care. Fine, I've shared. If you have not got, you can send me a message. I will send the PDF to you. Okay, so thank you.